Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside that weather window. Persistence weather, that's what we have had all week long with crystal clear skies. And as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights, once again, all kinds of bright blue sky out there. Very, very light wind today, and that made for a nice warm afternoon. And we get to 87 degrees today, folks. That'd be the 5th day in a row this week that we have topped off at 87. You don't see that very often. But I'll tell you what, we have some real weather to deal with as we get into the upcoming weekend. Tomorrow, red flag warning in effect for the areas in pink, and that does include most of our viewing area, and that goes from Saturday at 2 in the afternoon until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. The big reason why, we are going to see some very strong winds, maybe up to 40 miles an hour. We're going to see a steady wind tomorrow, probably at 25 miles an hour, and with temperatures over 80 degrees and low humidities, that's why we have that red flag warning. But then some relief after that as we get into Sunday and Monday. Much cooler weather is on the way. We don't so much have a chance for showers on Monday as much as Spokane does, but we do have cooler weather on the way with highs only in the upper 70s. Your complete weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An elderly woman was seriously injured after being hit by a vehicle in Kashmir Thursday morning. Public mask wearing and social distancing seem to be having an effect on COVID-19 numbers in Chelan and Douglas counties. We'll show you how we're doing. And despite the rumors, Governor Jay Inslee's office says he is not threatening to move Grant County from Phase 2 back to Phase 1 of his COVID-19 Safe Start reopening plan. But first, we begin tonight. The suspect in the murder of a fellow farm worker near Vantage yesterday was found dead this morning after a brief manhunt. 57-year-old Ismael Garcia apparently took his own life while police were searching for him. His body was found about 6 a.m. today in an orchard near Road D Southwest. That's outside Royal City. Garcia allegedly shot and killed another worker in an oval fruit orchard about 1 p.m. yesterday and then fled in a company truck, which was found abandoned not far from his body. The victim in the shooting has not been publicly identified. Sheriff's deputies say the investigation is ongoing. An elderly woman was seriously injured after being hit by a vehicle in Kashmir Thursday morning. The driver of the vehicle told the Chelan County Sheriff's Office he was blinded by sunlight when his vehicle struck the woman at Binder Road and Mission Creek Road about 7:40 a.m. The identity of the woman was not immediately released. Sean Ballard of Ballard Ambulance said she was transported to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee with significant injuries, and plans were being made to fly her to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Corporal Randy Lake of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office said no citations have been issued and the accident remains under investigation. In other news, public mask wearing and social distancing seem to be having an effect on COVID-19 numbers in Chelan and Douglas counties. The local health district says we're down to an infection rate of 360 cases per 100,000 members of the populations. That's well down from last week's rate of 535, but still well over the goal of 25 per 100,000. That's the level set by the state for counties to further reopen schools, businesses, and services. Health officials say the best way to get there is to continue masking and distancing, not to mention washing your hands. Meanwhile, speaking of COVID-19, despite the rumors, Governor Jay Inslee's office says he is not threatening to move Grant County from Phase 2 back to Phase 1 of his COVID-19 Safe Start reopening plan. Moses Lake Mayor David Kernell said at the City Council's meeting at Tuesday that the governor's office had stated that the county was in danger of losing its Phase 2 status if new cases of the coronavirus did not level off. Kernell later told the Columbia Basin Herald newspaper that the county had been given a month to show improvement. Officials from Inslee's office said there may have been a miscommunication and the county has not been threatened and there is no timeline in place for improvement. The Grant County Health District reported on Thursday that though the county remains far above Inslee's goal of 25 cases per 100,000 population, there has been a recent downtrend in cases overall in the county. Grant County has been in Phase 2 since late May. Well, coming up next, Chelan County engineers are planning a drainage improvement project at the upper end of number 1 Canyon Road, and they want your virtual input. The fire science program at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center received its biggest donation yet from Chelan County Fire District 1. And chip sealing work that has significantly slowed traffic on Blewett Pass since August 17th is expected to be completed on Monday. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Don't worry, all the fun is around the corner. There's no better time to get ready than now with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa Sale. Stock Up and Save sale is now going on in-store and online at BlueLagoonPoolandSpa.com. Even pool heaters are on sale. Financing available upon approval. Credit 24-month, no interest with equal payments. Stop by today or order online at BlueLagoonPoolandSpa.com. Free water testing available in-store or curbside. Don't wait, the sale is going on now.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back. In another news, Chelan County engineers are planning a drainage improvement project at the upper end of number 1 Canyon Road, and they want your virtual input. The project aims to build a series of 4 basins to minimize future flooding and debris flows coming down the canyon. The county has set up an online open house through its website where the public can review plans and give feedback through September 30th. You can also sign up for future updates. Construction is due to commence in the summer of 2021. Well, the fire science program at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center received its biggest donation yet when Chelan County Fire District 1 recently delivered a 1984 Seagraves fire engine. It's the first fire truck to be donated to the program, though numerous firefighting agencies have provided equipment over the years. Fire science instructor David Young says he likes to run the program as much like a team of firefighters as he can, and with the truck, students will learn safety procedures, loading and unloading equipment, and navigating the truck's controls. Chip sealing work that has significantly slowed traffic, and you probably know it if you travel that way on Blewett Pass since August 17th, is expected to be completed on Monday. Crews have been chip sealing about 20 miles of wheel ruts between the summit and the Big Y Highway 2 junction. Much of the work has been flagger controlled with pilot cars escorting traffic, and that's meant some long delays for motorists. WSDOT has recommended alternate routes if possible during the work, and that work is Tuesday through Friday from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever. Looking for a faster way to kickstart your business career? Look to the Charter College Associate Degree in Business Management, a convenient online program at an ABHES accredited institution. You could earn a degree in just 14 months, a degree that positions you for up to 18% higher earnings than a high school diploma. Plus, Charter will assist you in finding a job. Visit chartercollege.edu to get started, because we work to get you to work.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Earlier this week, we introduced you to Dr. Peter Houck, a former CDC epidemiologist who's now assisting with the COVID-19 response here in his hometown of Wenatchee. Confluence Health this week announced it's recruiting local volunteers for one of the many COVID vaccine trials taking place across the county. In tonight's feature story, Dr. Houck told NCWLIFE Jefferson Robbins that while vaccine research is encouraging, it's never a sure thing.
It takes a long time normally to develop a vaccine, years. And it's not been uncommon to find some sort of unexpected complication with a vaccine that really throws the whole thing into turmoil. For instance, in 1976, there was fear that there was going to be a swine flu pandemic. And over the course of just a matter of a few months, enough vaccine was produced to vaccinate most of the country. What happened unexpectedly was that
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to all those details, outside we go. This is our afternoon today, and this was our week pretty much, wasn't it? Monday through Friday, just beautiful blue skies out there, and we enjoyed that once again today. And if we get to 87 officially today, 5 days in a row of 87 degrees for our official high temperature. I don't know if I've ever seen that since I've been doing weather. 83 is where we should be, so about 4 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. 59 our overnight low, and that's just a degree above where we should be at 58. Record high 99 set back in 1972. Your record low was in 2010 at 45 degrees. Precipitation to date, we're 2.66, and just to give you an idea how far behind we are, last year at this time, that number was at 4.73, so way below where we should be. Normal, we're about 2 inches behind. Sunrise this morning, 6:15. The sun will set tonight at 7:47. Let's take a look at how your Saturday is going to shape up, and one thing about it, just throw away the temperatures. It is going to be so windy, folks, almost for all of us in this entire viewing area, from the Columbia Basin back into the Wenatchee area, also Leavenworth, lots of wind. Temperatures will cool down. 85 for Moses Lake, 83 in Quincy, only 81 the high temperature tomorrow in Wenatchee. Lower 80s up the Highway 97 corridor. Looks like Omak once again the warm spot at 84, but once again, it is going to be super windy on Saturday. Let's take a look at that surface loop now. We'll begin with tonight and take you through the next 7 days of our forecast. Clear overnight. It will be a beautiful night tonight with very light winds. We're not going to see any wind come up tonight, and that's the first time that's happened in a while. But all of the western United States is going to enjoy clear skies. Here we go for Saturday, and you know what that red and purple and pink means. Very windy. We could see sustained winds 25 to 30 miles an hour with gusts possibly as high as 40 miles an hour. Red flag warning in effect for most of Saturday, so be awfully careful out there. Things quiet down then a little bit to the end of our weekend on Sunday. Mostly sunny. It will be unseasonably cool though. Look at the light orange there. That indicates temperatures only in the upper 70s, and that'll translate into a very cool Monday too. Maybe a little bit warmer, closer to normal. We just showed you that's about 83, but still cooler than we've been, that's for sure. It's all because of that area of high pressure just off the coast. It's bringing in a very zonal westerly flow into us, and that pretty much much keeps us where we should be for this time of year, but high pressure will intensify on Tuesday, and we're going to warm up a little bit. We're going to be back into the middle and upper 80s on Tuesday with lots of sunshine and clear skies, and not much change for Wednesday either. We're going to see lots of sunshine with temperatures slightly above normal in the mid to upper 80s, and you can see that right there. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. Tonight a little bit more mild at 62 degrees. We will see about 81 and lots of wind for Saturday, 82 Sunday, and then the slow warm-up begins as we get into the first part of our work week. Monday, mostly sunny and 84. Lots of sunshine Tuesday and 88. And heck, why not? We're just going to stay with sunny skies as we get into September. 89 Wednesday and 89 your high temperature on Thursday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I have fiber at home because it allows me to do a great job in my profession. It allows me to learn things that I need to learn at home. It allows my kids to hopefully one day be able to be educated because of what they learned online and what they learned from their teachers. And it allows us to have fun too as a family. And we're able to do a lot of things because of fiber internet. I'm Rudy, and my family learns with fiber.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with BlackRock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local BlackRock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at BlackRockAsphaltSealCoating.com.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell, and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper. I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday to you as the Seahawks hit the home stretch of training camp. It seems they'd like to add some depth on the offensive side of the football. Former center Justin Britt and wide receiver Paul Richardson were brought in for visits on Wednesday following the mock game that day. Coach Pete Carroll discussed having the former teammates in camp.
Both guys ended their season with injuries, and so we need to see what those guys look like. Obviously, we know a lot about both of them, and we think highly of both those guys. So we'll see how it goes.
Is Justin cleared for football activities?
I don't know that yet. We have to, physical him and all that kind of stuff.
Now, Britt was released in the offseason after tearing his ACL halfway through last year. Richardson was released from Washington after signing a free agent contract and playing 17 games for the then Redskins. Coach Carroll emphasized how important Wednesday's mock game was to evaluate players in game-like situations. He was particularly interested to see how the first-team defense looked on film.
this film is really important to us. You know, this is a really important film, and the coaches are going to dig in, and we'll see it a ton of times here to try to figure it all out and see what we can evaluate, particularly for the young guys. You noticed that the one defense was going full speed today, tackling and played through the all the way through the whistle, just like we would do. I don't know exactly, but I think they were right around 30 plays, which would have been what we would hope to get in game 3. In the preseason. So that was kind of the objective, and so that was and we hit that pretty well.
Now, prior to today's practice in Renton, Quandre Diggs met with reporters and said he supports the movement Wednesday across professional sports to conduct a protest boycott.
I mean, I applaud those guys. I applaud the NBA players, the WNBA players, MLB, all those guys that were able to take a stand and, just shut the world down for, even if it was that day, that made a statement. It's crazy times in this world, and, at some point as athletes, as entertainers, it's our job to let people know, we're more than entertainers, we're more than athletes, and we have families outside of this. My whole family's black, so at the end of the day, I'm scared for them every day. I call my mom every day, no matter if I'm a multi-millionaire or not. She worries about me each and every day. So, I have nothing but respect for those guys, and I think as a league, as the NFL, we got to come together and we got to figure out what our message is going to be, and just continue to keep the voices going and keep the movement going, and don't let our voices not be heard. We got to continue to let it go.
Now, Russell Wilson said on ESPN Radio today in Seattle that if there was a game this weekend, the Seahawks probably would not play. Diggs said anything's possible as far as an NFL team protest, but he would like to see a shift in the relationship between players and owners in the NFL to more resemble the NBA.
Of course you want them to act. I think the NBA is more of a partnership. I think the players and Adam Silver, those guys are more partners than anything. And I think with us, we're not partners with Commissioner Goodell or anybody in those front offices. They look at us as it's a working relationship. It is what it is. We're the players, they're the owners, and that's what it is. So until we can get on those type of bases with the owners and with Roger Goodell and things like that, then I don't know how much is going to change, but we're going to continue to push for that.
You can go to Seahawks.com for more on that. Well, the Mariners were this close to sweeping all 3 games in its series in San Diego against one of the best teams in baseball yesterday. Seattle was just an out away from winning the opener of a doubleheader, of which they claimed the nightcap to take 2 of 3 games from the Padres. But that's when San Diego proved why they have one of the best records in baseball. Will Myers hit a walk-off 3-run home run that capped a 7-run 7th inning as the Padres came back to beat Seattle 10-7. Taylor Williams got the first 2 outs, but then walked the bases loaded as the wheels completely fell off. He ended up with the blown save and the loss. Well, Seattle gave Yusei Kikuchi big run support in the first inning of Game 2, exploding for 6 runs and go on for an 8-3 victory. Jose Marmoleos followed his Game 1 home run with a big swat in Game 2.
Marmoleos getting the start because of the injury to Evan White. Tattooed out towards right center and gone. Grand slam. Jose Marmoleos is digging San Diego.
A lot of early run support for Yusei Kikuchi. Richard struggling. This is what you want to see before he figures it out. Take advantage of it, and it doesn't get any better than this. How about a fastball top of the zone, out over the plate, 421 feet.
White came out of the first game of the doubleheader with discomfort in his right shoulder. He's expected to be okay. Now, prior to yesterday's doubleheader, that is, manager Scott Service spoke out in favor of his players' decision not to play on Wednesday.
For me, yesterday was a day of action, is how I would term it. Everybody understands how our ball club is put together. We have 8 black players on our team, and with the things that have happened, again, in society, our players wanted to see action, and I commend them for that. Very proud of the group, the leadership they showed yesterday. This is unprecedented times in what we're trying to deal with here, and how our players have handled this. They continue to speak up and to do the right thing. So certainly yesterday, coming into the ballpark, I knew there would be a lot of discussion about where this was going to head and the action we took. Again, very, very proud of our player.
Mariners are in L.A. to take on the Angels in the first of 4 games. Let's take a look at the current standings in the American League West on our Les Schwab scoreboard. Seattle jumped into 3rd place in the standings, 9.5 games back of Oakland and 5 back of Houston. Angels come into tonight's contest 10-22. They've lost 8 of their last 9. Yesterday's game in Houston postponed due to Tropical Storm Laura. Here's a look at what's coming up this weekend on the NCWLIFE channel. Sports-wise, it begins tonight as we pine for the days of a year ago where we could watch high school football on a Friday night. Wenatchee and Mount Si's game kicks off at 6:30. We have girls soccer tomorrow at 2, Eastmont and Cashmere. Then at 6, we'll re-air the broadcast that didn't get on the air live last weekend at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval on Johnson Electric Night. Couple of volleyball matches on Saturday at 2 and at 7. That's sports. Have a great weekend. Be safe and sane. See you on Monday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric, and have a great weekend. And finally on this Friday, as if their canine force isn't intimidating enough, the Grant County Sheriff's Office has added eye protection goggles to the mix. The department this week shared a photo of Canine Ito wearing his new Rec specs. There he is right there. The goggles are designed to protect dogs from eye trauma, including UV rays and other hazards a working dog might encounter beyond the occasional combative suspect. As we head into the weekend, let's take another quick look at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. It's going to be beautiful as we get past Saturday. Not so beautiful tomorrow, though. Keep in mind, if you have outdoor plans tomorrow, very windy. We could see wind gusts between 35 and 40 miles an hour throughout north central Washington on Saturday. Also, cooler temperatures. Look at that, 81 our high temperature on Saturday. I don't even know if we'll get to 82 on Sunday. It's going to be awfully cool, maybe upper 70s to lower 80s, and then lower 80s to middle 80s as we get into Monday with mostly sunny skies before we get right back into the warm stuff, a lot like this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, sunny skies each day with highs in the upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Chris. Everybody has a fantastic weekend. I hope you get a chance to stay out of the wind on Saturday afternoon. We are all very excited for Monday. At least my coworkers are, and for a very good reason. Monday is the last day of the month, and on the last day of every month is the day that I shower. So I'm going to be all cleaned up and smelling good on Monday. Maybe we can invent something called Smell-O-Vision, so you can smell how wonderful I'll feel on Monday. And we'll have everything else to start your week as well. And a new month, too. September comes your way on Tuesday. Grant, back to you.
And Dan, we all appreciate your shower days. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around north central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
What's your AUT-TO emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
When you think of Doghouse Motorsports, you might think of motorcycles, but there's a lot more in this house. How about Honda power equipment? From snowblowers to lawnmowers to generators and even water pumps, Honda is the brand that sets the standards. Perhaps you need an ATV or UTV. The Doghouse has the largest selection anywhere. Did we mention watercraft and snowmobiles? And of course, we have motorcycles too. Back it up with terrific customer service, and you have Wenatchee's best motorsports store 5 years running. Isn't it time for you to be in the Doghouse?
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLIFE.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLIFE.com or call